Hi, today I have a message called Be as a Child. Here is the short version. It's okay to be as a child. A rigid, resistant structure has been exposed, a child's defense against the light. You never needed a shelter from the light or the sticks with which to build it. The presence is right here to guide you. You have never been left alone. You can either give the presence of light to everyone and everything you see, or you can shoot a web of fear upon it. Okay, so that's it. And now back to it's okay to be as a child. So I experience awakening in waves. And when the wave first comes in, it feels like there's successive waves. I go through this wave of awakening, and then there's a break, and then another wave, and certainly there are probably different ways to experience it, but that's how it looks here. And when a new wave comes in, it's first disorienting, and sometimes it can feel quite extreme, like you really don't know which way is up. But the helpful part about that is you really do become a child, and I'm sure you can relate that you don't know anything about anything in the way you used to. You don't, any stability I was getting from ego judgments, some of it at least seems to have slipped out from under me, and now I have to find a new footing. But it's like it's my first day on earth, and I have to find my new footing again. What do I need to have faith in as I find a stable surface to stand upon? Is the only thing that's here. Is the light, is the presence, is God. It's you, it's what you are, it's what everything is. And so gradually over time, I find my stability not in any surface, but in what everyone actually is. And everything that my ego would tell me is important seems to go by the wayside, like social niceties or making conversation, or even the kind of anxious idea of making people feel good. Like a lot of things fall apart or fall down that I thought were important before, and instead of trying to grab them back up and say, no, don't lose this, it's important, you'll be a horrible human without it, or you'll be lost without it, we can just find out. If I let go of this judgment or this value, and if I allow myself to find a new stable footing in what's actually here and actually real in everyone, what will that new stability show me? And then I can find out. So it's like love and faith become more prominent, and more I have the faith to trust more in love, even though it seems like I'm letting go of something that might be important. The ego tells me it's very important, but it's like that muscle to control it, like the muscle to control a social conversation within the parameters I had dictated before. It's like that muscles, you wake up the next day and it's gone. So, and that's what can happen in a big awakening, is you wake up the next day and it seems a big chunk of you is gone. But this is more like little bits at a time. So it's okay to be as a child. What does a child need? A parent. And what has this circumstance been all about? Time and space. Denying my parent. So what is it, Romeo and Juliet? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Choose ego love instead of actual love. Yeah, that's what I've been up to. So now I can stop denying my creator, and I can stop refusing my name, and I can just know that I'm here to be led. I'm here to be shown the way. I obviously don't know which way is up. I'm not here to lead. I'm here to follow. And that doesn't mean I'm here to follow personalities. It means I'm here to follow what's actually real within all of us, this presence. And it does communicate with all of us. And I have to be relaxed and calm and focused or unfocused. Which one is it? Because it's like there's a lack of the egoic focus, but then there's a new focus under that, under what is real. And that makes me able to hear the guidance. Okay. A rigid resistance structure has been exposed, a child's defense against the light. And then I was shown this fort, but there were a lot of holes in it, and it was built entirely of sticks. It was not a very good structure. I could see it didn't protect me against anything, and it was cramped, and I was all curled up in there, and I could see this structure I built with sticks. I built one for everybody, so I've been keeping us all away from each other, and I've been very busy maintaining these shoddy structures and hiding in my own, and only allowing myself to see you behind yours. I didn't feel safe with you unless you were in a box or in your little structure that I built for you. So now all of that's being allowed to dissolve or fade, and I can see we're just very simply here, and we're both equipped with everything we need, and the defenses are not necessary, and every day is the opportunity to feel those defenses, run into one, feel it, and let it dissolve. And when I'm busy with that, I don't seem to have as much time for the other stuff. But maybe that's only temporary, I don't know. But this work of running into the resistance and allowing it to dissolve is important. And it seems like it's important to spend my time there. Okay, you never needed a shelter from the light or the sticks with which to build it. The presence is right here to guide you. So the shelter from the light I built with the sticks of ego thought. And I never needed either one. And when I take a look at that, I can see how safe I am. When I see and feel how safe I am, I can see and feel how safe you are and how safe everyone is. When I turn around and get engaged with the world and preoccupied with the world again, I can forget that very quickly. So right now it's about holding that awareness. I never did need the shelter, and I don't need to keep trying to rebuild it. And I know I don't need to build one for you and try to stick you in it either. We're both free and we're both safe, and same goes for everyone. Their surfaces may look unsafe. Their surfaces may look not free. That's true. And we may be inspired to help each other. We definitely will be inspired to help each other. But the thing is, we don't know how yet in this moment until the inspiration comes. And ego builds its whole structure of like good people do this and bad people do this. And if you're a good person, you'll be helpful. And here are the ways you're supposed to be helpful. And if you're not showing up with its helpful identity, which is the shelter I build out of sticks, my helpful identity, then you're not doing well enough. And it takes some bravery to let all of that go away and say, I know Spirit will inspire me because we are all helpful. Everyone is helpful. And Spirit will inspire me toward action and words as they become appropriate. So it's allowing faith to build in what can come from inspiration instead of what would come from guilt and fear and obligation and defining others, and limiting them in our definitions. Okay, you never needed a shelter from the light or the sticks with which to build it. The sticks with which to build it are thoughts from ego. The presence is right here to guide you. And if I'm upset about anything, I've forgotten the presence. I've let something come up and block out the light of the presence that's here in everyone all the time. It never goes away. So I learned to put my faith and trust in what's here in everyone and everything all the time and never goes away. I can build up structures to block that light, but I can't make the light go away. You have never been left alone. So when I feel tense or critical, I also believe I'm alone in that moment, and I'm creating my own inventions and judgments to keep me safe in a world where I think I have to define everything and figure it out. But the truth is, I haven't ever been left alone. The presence has always been with me, and I don't need to build up these structures with thought. I don't need to define you or analyze you or put you in any kind of box, because you're safe in the presence of light that's here for everybody too. So you have never been left alone. I have never been left alone. No one's ever been left alone. So lest I make a box somebody in a victim identity, that's just serving my fear agenda. So if I take the time to remember, you're my equal, and your spirit is free, and your being is safe, and from the basis of resting in that calm, then if I need to do something, I can be told. It can be done through me. It will be that natural that it will be done through me. And it's okay to use time to learn this setting, because the ego is going to guilt us into, why aren't you out there helping people? Look at the people suffer. Well, there's a very good reason. It's because we need to recalibrate to not react from a place of panic and fear and projection, but I need to respond from love and recognition of the love that other one is. And if I have thoughts in the way of that, then that's clogging up my response. Okay, you can either give the presence of light to everyone and everything you see, meaning acknowledge it because it's already there, or you can shoot a web of fear upon it. So if I'm reactive to anyone or anything in any way, I'm looking at the web of fear I have put up between me and that thing or person. And everyone has the ability to use X-ray vision and to look through this web of fear that we ourselves have projected. We're the projector of all the surfaces of fear. And to see behind it equal beings of light. Whether it's the being in a pair of scissors or the being in a person. It's the same light everywhere. And in my right mind, I know how to look. And in my right mind, Spirit's going to lead me in perception of what's real. And then from that basis, Spirit can work through me. The body can be used as an instrument, as a tool, but it's really important for me to get my mind oriented in the right place. And then here comes the action. So you can either give the presence of light to everyone and everything you see, or you can shoot a web of fear upon it. So this is my biggest learning lately, that everything that I find disturbing is my reaction to my fearful projection. So we have to let go of the idea that the seemingly separate things we see in time and space are real. We can just see a lot of stuff here in time and space. And if we're reactive to it, it's our projection of fear. But if we're allowing the light to shine through it, and we're at peace, and we're calm, and we're appreciative, and we're grateful, then we're letting what's real make itself obvious to us. And in any moment, we have the power to allow what is real within everything and everyone to make itself obvious to us. So that's the shared power we get to work with. This beautiful power of light that can make itself obvious. Okay, so it's safe for us to be His children, and all the teaching we need is here for us, and it's within everyone and everything in a very safe place. So we are in very good hands. Okay, happy healing.